So, what would you say are some of the non-negotiables to reversing hair loss naturally?
Oh, I have 5 of them.
Hmm.
So I'm glad you asked that. So one of the things that I tell my clients as they're working through the program with me is that we are trying to get them to this place called Healthyville. And to get them there, what we need to do is create a vehicle that can sustain them for the ride. And to prepare that vehicle for the ride, we are addressing circulation, not just of blood, obviously, because hair needs blood to grow. What you need for hair to grow is very simple. You need blood that is rich in nutrients and oxygen arriving at the follicle. And you need a follicle that has nothing obstructing it, no calcifications, no scar tissue. And so if you have that, hair can grow. So blood circulation is important, but more important than that is lymphatic circulation. We want a body that is able to detoxify appropriately. And one way that people can tell if their lymphatic system is working appropriately is if they have pits or puffs. And I got that from another functional practitioner, Kelly. I forgot her last name, but I know her first name is Kelly, and she's famous for this, where she tells people to check their armpits and to see if they have this inundation here. And you can even tell in me, I probably have a little bit of work that I could do, but this should be as hollow as possible. And having that hollow is one indication that you have a lymphatic system that is working well. Another thing is if you have rings and your rings aren't feeling as loose as they were before, then your fingers might be swollen. So that's another thing. Or maybe you feel like your stomach feels just a little bit bigger, but it's not bloat, but it just feels a little swollen. That can be something else. There are several symptoms, but the thing is that if you're not having the detoxification process fluid within you, that's where you create an environment that is hospitable for parasites, for fungal overgrowth, for bacterial overgrowth, because you just become more acidic in nature and your body becomes one that can support that. So you want to get the trash out of your body almost as quickly as you get it in to create that parasympathetic state. So that's one. Another one is sleep. When we are sleeping at night, our cranial area is detoxifying through the glymphatic system. And the reason they call it the glymph with a G, glymphatic system, is because we have glial cells in our brains that shrink by 60%. So that kind of creates our brain to become smaller in the process so that what is around there can drain out. And it also helps if you're sleeping in a way where your head is a little inclined. So maybe a pillow that's high so it can drain easier. But on top of all of that, your liver is detoxing in the middle of the night as well. And the liver is what is responsible for balancing your hormones in part as well. So we want to make sure that your sleep is in sync with the circadian rhythm, that you're getting optimal sleep, because that's going to help with the healing process. We also want to help with gut healing and make sure that your gut is working well. And there's a range of different things that we're looking at with gut health, like the gut lining and how much stomach acid you have, the microbiota, if you have any low-grade infections, are you having regular bowel movements? But all of that is helping because, the colon, it's where you get the nutrition. It's where you get rid of waste. It's such a lifeline to the body. There's also that gut-brain connection. And so if you're creating an environment that's hospitable for some kind of fungal overgrowth, and then this thing invades other organs in your body, it can find its way to your nails, it can find its way to your scalp. And so it all starts in the gut. That's why Hippocrates says all health starts in the gut. So we definitely want to make sure that we've done some gut healing work. Another thing that we want to address is